Hello, Jade here from That Vegan Woman. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit that little red button. I talk about my life, my vegan life, my traveling life, my chaotic, crazy life. That's my channel. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk about what I would tell my 18-year-old self. I started to write stuff down and I was going to put it into a blog form, and then I was going to put it on a Facebook post. And anyway, I thought, why not just free will it, so to speak, and just put it on camera. What I would tell my 18-year-old self. Wow. 18, I was working full time at a place called Adelaide TAFE. I was working in the English Language Centre for Overseas Students. I fell madly in love with an international student from Indonesia, and 2 weeks before my 19th birthday, or 2.5, I gave birth to our son, Jacob. So 18 was a huge year for me, massive year. Now, my 18th birthday, I was fancy, living free, no pregnancy, nothing. Partied hard, partied hard. And I partied hard up until mid-January of 1996, when I found out I was pregnant. And that's how my life changed. So prior to that, would have I partied the way I partied? Who knows? Who knows? But I don't think anyone needs to party too hard. I've done a lot of partying in my life, probably not so. I did in my between 16 and 18. Then I felt pregnant, and then I partied later on in life. Another story. What advice would I give myself? Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Oh my God. And I mean, I felt hook, line and sinker. So I just, next thing you know, like, I get asked out by this boy. We go out at Asian restaurants and stuff like that. He was like nothing I'd ever met before, because he wasn't Australian and they were a lot more polite, and he had almost a touch of innocence to him, and it was an innocence that I hadn't really seen from Australian guys. So there was something about him that obviously made me fall in love, whatever love is. I mean, who seriously knows at 18? At 18 years of age, listen to your mother. My mum, if she watches this, would say, yes, you should have listened to me. My poor mother. I've just met this guy, and all of a sudden, blah, blah, and next thing you know, we're shacking up. And she's ringing me day in, day out. Jade, hurry up. You've got to come home. You've got to come home. You're not on the pill. You're going to get pregnant. You're not using contraception. I said, yeah, we're using condoms, as 18-year-olds do. Everything's fine, don't worry, I'll be fine, I'm not going to get pregnant. A couple of months later, Mama knew best, I'm pregnant. And yes, I had my son. My son's 21 now. Would I not want my son in my life? Of course not. Of course I want him in my life. I love him. He's the love of my life. But you can't miss something you never had. And 18's super young to have a child. So for anyone who's watching this who is pretty careless when it comes to intercourse, have a good think about contraception or what you can do to prevent a pregnancy. Because it's not fun raising a child at 18. Believe me, I gave my whole life up. And it's hard. All your friends are going out having fun, and you're home changing diapers. And as much as a baby when you're 18 sounds so fun, because, you can dress them so cute. They're so much fun. They're not fun, believe me, when they've got colic and they're screaming all night, or if you've just got dressed and they've vomited all over you, or if your friends are all going out party and you're stuck home on a Saturday night because you've got a baby to look after. They're not fun. They're a lot of work. They're a lifetime commitment. So the first bit of advice I would give myself is listen to my mother. Secondly, my second bit of advice, now the father of my child, he took off and left me, and I got into another relationship very quickly because I thought I had to make my life perfect. Because I was young and, I don't have the brains I have now at 40. I would tell myself, you don't have to fix this problem. Just work on the problem you've got. You don't have to try and, when you see a brick fence getting made, and usually it's all perfect, but if you were coming through Asia, you'd see it's not perfect like you'd see in Australia. They might have bricks and it go and then down like that, up like that, but they still putty it up and they fix it. And I look at those brick walls and I think that was me with my life. I hit a dip, and instead of saying, you know what, I really need to just put another brick there, it's okay, you can move along with your life, I sort of tried to putty it up and pretend that everything was okay in my life. So that would be the second thing that I would tell myself. The third thing I would tell myself is focus more on your girlfriends. Have your friends. Go out and have fun, have adventures, enjoy life, rather than getting a boyfriend and just closing yourself off. And many people do it. I still watch it. I've watched it with my own son. My daughter, she's pretty good. She has got a boyfriend, but she still goes out with her friends. She has a busy work life. But I watch people close themselves off, and I know I was guilty of it. You close yourself off from the world rather than enjoying life. It's almost like you want to grow up too quickly. Settle down all of a sudden. Oh yes, let's settle down. Let's get a place together. There's no rush. You're 18 years of age. Enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Just enjoy your life. Next thing I would do, rather than focusing on having a boyfriend, is I would focus on being able to travel. I'm having the time of my life. I'm traveling the world, and it's absolutely wonderful. And maybe this was the right time for me at age 40. Now my children are grown up, and I've got a broader knowledge of the world, and I'm more accepting and more tolerant of different things because I've lived a life. But I also see young people traveling, and I look and I go, that's really cool. I think nothing helps somebody to grow as a person as traveling. And to grow as a person at age 18, 19, 20 and travel and really see the world for what it is, really realize how privileged you are. If you're coming from a Western culture and you've got money that you can go and travel, you're privileged. So really take notice of that. Notice how privileged you are. Don't just go traveling and say, yeah, party on, yeah. Like I see some people and I think, and they don't seem to get it. But the people that I see that are genuinely traveling, really taking in what they're seeing of each country, of each culture, of everything that's going on around them, they're really getting a lot out of it. And I think traveling's an amazing thing. The next thing I do is not so much listen to what my family expects. I was raised by parents like most people of my generation were, where you're told you work hard, you save your money, you buy a house, you pay your house off, and once that's done, you're 65, 70, and then you just sit back. I would not listen to that ever again. Ever. Because that's not what life, there's far more to life than owning bricks and mortar. I own absolutely nothing now, and I have owned a home. I don't care whether I own a home or not, to be honest with you. As long as I've got a roof over my head and I'm doing what I want in life and I'm enjoying my life and I'm loving my life, That's all that matters to me. If that's what you think you need in life to make you happy, or you've got the excess funds or whatever to do it, do it. But in this day and age, especially I know in Australia, it's cheaper to rent a house than it is to actually buy a house. The Australian dream has gone, and that, but I've got to have the security of having a house. Bank the money. Just bank your money each week, because you're going to save money, and put it into travelling. Go and travel. Live your life. I can't stress that enough. I would also tell myself to live your passions. Now, I was brought up to be told, you just get a job. But you just get a job. That is how I was raised, to always believe you just have a job, you work. And it's funny, I reckon it must have been about 15 or 16 years ago. I was in Sydney, and I was looking down from a balcony, and I looked and I saw just people everywhere. I mean, it's a huge capital city, it's Sydney. And I was in the middle of the city, and I said, they just look like ants. And I've always said that now. Every capital city that I'm in, when I'm watching people going to work, they look like ants. And if you look at most of them, they look unhappy. Most people are unhappy. Everyone's just like this. So serious. Or you see like this. Dirty on the world. And some people are earning good money. They go home, they've got a, what you'd call a good life. They've got a nice house, they've got a car, they've got 2.4 children. But they're miserable. They're absolutely miserable. And this is what I was taught that I was supposed to do. So that was my aim. You have you work hard, you buy your house, you be a slave to pay your mortgage off. And I decided I didn't want to do that. My mum still thinks I've had a midlife crisis. But I haven't. Because I'm living my life, and I wake up happy. And there's been times on this journey I haven't always woken up happy, but it's not because I'm unhappy with my life and what I'm doing. It's been because I've been unhappy because I'm seeing the real world. I'm seeing the world for what it is. And through seeing the world from what it really is, even though it's very heartbreaking, even though it really hurts and it's upsetting and it's like, wow, you still look and you say, my life's blessed. And my life is so blessed because I'm tied to nothing. I used to call it a yoke, and I used to say, gee, I've got such a heavy yoke around my neck, but I no longer have a big heavy yoke around my neck because I've got freedom. So that is the one thing I would tell my 18-year-old self, or 20-year-old self, or even at 25, I was still, You don't have to. Don't put yourself under all that pressure. Just save your money, live your life, and go and travel. Enjoy living. Live your dreams. Now, that's another thing it was always, don't be silly. Don't be silly. If you want to start a business, do it. If you want to be a motivational speaker, do it. If you want to travel overseas and work overseas, do it. Whatever it is you want to do it. Live your dreams. Live your life with passion. When you're living your life with passion, you are happy. You wake up happy every morning. When you wake up like this, a zombie to the world, you don't wake up happy. You just wake up, the alarm goes off. Do you know, I wake up every morning at 5:30 in the morning. I don't have to. I don't have to be up at any time. No time at all. And I wake up at 5:30. The sun comes in my window, but I don't wake up and go, oh, that sun, get it out of my eye. I wake up and I'm like, how cool. I wake up at 5:30, so up and at it, up I get. I go for a walk, I have a healthy breakfast, I enjoy my life. And that is because I'm living my dreams. It's taken me to 40 to get there, but do it at 18, do it at 20, do it at 25. Don't let anyone hold you back. That's one of the greatest advices I can give anybody. Don't be programmed by what society tells you to do. We're always programmed. You've got to get an education. You've got to get this. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having an education. If that's what you want to do. You want to be a teacher, be a teacher. If you want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer. If you've got enough academic nous to do that, do that. But if you've got an entrepreneurial spirit, be an entrepreneur. Don't let the programming that we are programmed to believe hold you back. If you want to use your entrepreneurial spirit, use it. Use what you've got. Use your dreams. Use your passion to make an income, to make your life happen for you. They're just some of the things that I would tell myself. But the greatest thing that I would tell myself of all is, don't worry about what anyone else says. Everything's going to work out okay. Now, at age 18, 21 years ago, when I fell pregnant, people stuck their noses up at me. And I always wanted to be 30. Always wanted to be 30. If I'm 30, nobody can make fun of me because I'm 30. People used to treat me like a child, especially when I had two little children. I was treated like a child by other mothers at the school. I never got included in, the mothers club or anything like that. I was always, removed. For that, probably my children missed out a lot because I distanced myself from other mothers because of how they made me feel. And, I didn't say, does Johnny want to play with Timmy? Because I'd always think, but they're not going to like me, because so many of them kept away from me. And they kept in their cliques and whatever. And, probably at age 18 or 19, they probably thought I was just a kid. I'd come in sort of, my little cute little outfits. I was dressed like an 18 or 19-year-old kid did. And they probably dressed similar to what I am now. Maybe I made them feel bad. I don't know what it was, but I would tell myself now, who cares what they think? And you don't need to be 30 for everything to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And don't worry, don't destroy your life over other people. Don't let other people take away what you truly are. And I let people do that because of how they made me feel. And I would then I tried to make myself dress older. I tried to behave older. I'd try and be in older circles and all sorts of different things. I would tell myself now, you were enough. There was nothing wrong with you. The problem was with them. It wasn't with you. Okay, you were 18. Okay, by the time you were 21, you had 2 children. Who cares? Everything will turn out okay, and you're going to live a respectable life. You're going to live a good life, and your children are going to turn out okay. And you're going to turn out okay. I would tell my 18-year-old self that. I would also tell my 18-year-old self, stop putting yourself down. Stop hiding. Stop running away. I would probably tell my 25-year-old self that. I'd probably tell my 29 and 30-year-old self that. The one thing I will tell myself is just love yourself. Love yourself. Live your life. Don't worry about anyone else, because in the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what I thought about me. And that's what I would love to tell my 18-year-old self. Just love yourself. Be true to you and love your life. Thanks for watching. If you can relate to anything, or tell me what you would tell your younger self, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up, and love life, live free, live your dreams, be vegan. What else can I put out there? Bye for now.